Welcome to today's market report. European stock markets are seeing trading mixed on Wednesday, with investors cautious over the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines and ahead of Federal Reserve's press conference. DAX futures traded 0.2% lower, CAC 40 rose 0.2%, whilst FTSE 100 in the UK fell 0.4%. Equity markets have climbed strongly through much of the last few months, helped not only by the expectation of a substantial fiscal stimulus from the US, but also by the rollout of the vaccines to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. Many of the European Union countries have been slow to deliver vaccines to their populations, though. Not helping has been an ongoing spat between pharma giant AstraZeneca and EU health officials over delays in vaccine deliveries with the bloc. Astra CEO Pascal Soriot said in an interview with the Italian newspaper that the delays were due to the EU only signing its contract with the company 3 months after the UK signed a similar one. Much now depends on the outcome of this race between a mutating virus and vaccines to end the pandemic, and on the ability of policies to provide effective support until that happens. The IMF raised its growth estimate for the global economy to 5.5% in 2021 from plus 5.2% in its last forecast in October. Despite this upgrade, German consumer confidence is set to drop sharply after the latest GfK German Consumer Climate Index fell to minus 15.6 from minus 7.5 last month. In corporate news, Bloomberg reported that UniCredit's board will appoint an ex-UBS investment bank head, Andrea Orcel, as the bank's new CEO Wednesday, replacing Jean-Pierre Moustier. The tech sector will also be in the spotlight after Microsoft released strong results late on Tuesday. Apple, Facebook and Tesla update later Wednesday. In Europe, SAP is due to provide a strategy update. Updates from Software AG, Royal KPN and Siemens Healthineers are due, with G4S will be in focus after Allied Universal extended its offer for the security company. Oil prices climbed on Wednesday, boosted by industry data show US crude stockpiles fell unexpectedly last week. Crude futures traded 0.8% higher at $53.02 per barrel. Brent contract rose 0.7% to $56.05 per barrel. Gold futures fell 0.2% to $1,847.6 per ounce. On the FX front, GBP/USD seesaws around 137.30 after refreshing the 32-month high during early Wednesday. The quote initially cheered the market's optimism surrounding the coronavirus vaccine and the US dollar weakness before allowing the bulls to catch a breather amid virus woes in UK and wait for the key Federal Reserve meeting. With the British COVID death toll crossing 100,000, UK PM Boris Johnson said sorry, even as the UK's vaccine plan is on target to immunise all above 50 Brits by March. The PM also warned the EU he expected it to honour government contracts for COVID-19 vaccine as the bloc threatened to impose strict controls of Pfizer vaccine on the UK. On the other hand, Britain is up for discussing a post-Brexit trade deal for financial services with Switzerland. GBP/USD's immediate technical bias remains bullish as the higher lows and higher highs set up on the daily chart is still intact. Acceptance under Tuesday's low of 136.09 would invalidate the higher lows set up and shifted attention to the 50-day moving average at 134.83. The sterling euro has tested the 113 level several times, whilst euro dollar is trying hard to extend Tuesday's bounce above 121.50, but in vain as the bulls remain nervous in the run-up to the Fed showdown. The Fed is likely to strike a dovish tone, which could further weigh down on the greenback. The main currency pair trades at 120 160, almost unchanged on the day. From a near-term technical perspective, the spot is hovering in the upper band of the recent trading range, having carved a potential systematic or triangle formation on the 4-hour chart. The Italian Prime Minister Conte's resignation opens a new phase, where the master of the game will be President Mattarella. According to ING, the government crisis now formally opened. The broader market's risk sentiment and the US stimulus headlines might influence the US dollar price dynamics. In the meantime, the release of US durable goods orders will be looked upon for some short-term trading opportunities later during the early North American session. The dollar index was up 0.05% at 90.188. Dollar yen was up 0.12% at 103.7. Aussie dollar was at 0.7736. This is today's market news. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.